Hello and welcome back. I'm your host, Monique Ledesma.
And I'm your co-host, Sicaly Sorrell. As we near the end of September, we begin what could be the last year of Pac-12 play for WSU soccer, football, and volleyball.
Plus, the winning culture floods over the WSU golf and cross country, and an inside look on the Cougs Saturday experience, and an update on our ProCougs.
All that and more right here, only on CougZone.
The Cougs ended their last non-conference game on a high note Thursday, September 14th in a win over Seattle University. Both Margie Detricio and Bridget Ryken scored their third goals of the season early in the first half. The Cougs defense, which only allowed 4 shots all game, held on in the second to solidify a final score of 2-1. Washington State has been drawing corners all season, and this time was no different, as they had 10 corner opportunities to Seattle's 4, an advantage that paid off thanks to Detricio's header goal.
On Friday 22nd, the number 24 Cougs kept it close against the second-best team in the nation, the Stanford Cardinal. Despite outpacing Stanford in shots 10-8 and some close calls late in the game, the Cougs were unable to put themselves on the scoreboard, ending the night with a 1-0 loss. The Cougs possessed the ball well throughout the night, and the Cardinals committed 5 sloppy offside calls. But in the end, the game was decided by a 10th-minute goal by Stanford's Andrea Kitahara. The Cougs fall to 7-2.
To end the conference play, the Cougs traveled down to Texas to take on the number 18th ranked Baylor and number 6th ranked Texas on their home courts, proving that they are a legit contender. The Cougs took down both Texans teams in 4 sets each, with the wins WSU ranked as the number 7 team in the nation in the final AVCA pool before conference play began. To open Pac-12 play, the Cougs took on their rivals in Boiler Gym in front of the more than 2,500 fans in what quickly became a rout. The Cougs bit the apple and won in a clean sweep. During the match, WSU middle blocker Joshua broke the program record for most blocks assists in the career after previously breaking the record for the total blocks in her career. As the team, the Cougs hit .385% against the Huskies and dominated on both sides of the net, proving as one of the best teams in this conference alongside Oregon and Stanford.
After the one-match homestand to begin Pac-12 play, WSU went over to Arizona to take on the Wildcats. A slow start led to a rough night for the Cougs, losing the first set 25-23, and barely squeaking by in the second set 27-25 was enough to get the Cougs a little momentum going forward. While the Cougs lost the third set 25-22, a dominant fourth set lit fire underneath the top 10 team, hitting .300% in the set. The Cougs took it easily to 25-18 to force a winner-take-all fifth set to 15 points. Proving that it should not have even gotten that far, WSU took care of business in their first fifth set of the season and took the set 15-6 while hitting .533% and held the Wildcats to .053%.
WSU football beat Northern Colorado by a final score of 63-21 in Week 3 to advance to the 3-0 on the season. Cam Ward was elite, accounting for 5 touchdowns with the first half. Ward started the action with 2 first-quarter touchdowns, one to Kylie Williams and Lincoln Victor each. Victor was excellent on the day, finishing with an impressive stat line of 119 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns after an electric 21-point first quarter from the Coug wide receiver Josh Kelly. Kicked off the second quarter with a fantastic leaping touchdown grab to put WSU by 4 scores after going up 43-0 in the first half. The Cougs let off the gas. Backup quarterback John Mateer and Emmett Brown took the reins for the second half, leading the Cougs to victory.
Number 21 WSU was once again victorious, winning 38-35 against a very formidable opponent in Week 4, then number 14 ranked Oregon State. The Beavs came into Martin Stadium with ambitions to be the best team remaining in the Pac-12. However, the Cougs had other plans. The game started with a bang. Cam Ward launched a 63-yard touchdown pass to receiver Kyle Williams to put the Cougs up early. On the very next possession for the Cougs, Josh Kelly made what may have been the catch of the year on a drive that led to another WSU touchdown. A couple of Cougar lost fumbles, a good Beaver run game, and great plays from Cam Ward amounted to a 28-14 halftime lead for the WS Cougs. Would be outscored 21-10 in the second half, but a last-second onside kick recovery would ensure victory for the Cougars. Martin Stadium was buzzing, and in a frenzied crowd would storm the field after a huge win. The Cougs will get some much-needed rest going into their bye week. The last time the Cougs started a season 4-0 was in 2017, and they hope to keep playing great football as they prepare for UCLA in the first week of October. The Cougs rank at number 16 on the most recent AP poll.
Last Saturday on the Plus was so much fun for WSU, so much so that we are going to send it back in time to our WSN correspondent, Anna Adams, with an inside look to Pullman tailgate culture.
What's up, Cougs? We're about 2 hours away from the Beavers versus Cougs game, and we're going to ask some fans a few of their favorite WSU memories and also what they feel about the Pac-12 becoming the Pac-2 and where they want the Cougars to go next year. So what's your favorite WSU memory?
My dear friend Jamie over here.
Definitely rushing the field last weekend, or whenever it was. It was last weekend, right? Yeah, it's been a long week. Last weekend for sure.
Storming the field 2 weekends ago.
I would say probably Rush Week. Rush Week was a great time. It was a lot of work, but I'm having a great time now. It was all worth it.
Favorite WSU memory? Probably the Snow Bowl.
All right, and then how do you feel about the Cougs and the Beavers just being in the Pac-2 now?
It's unfortunate, but maybe it turns out to something better. Let's hope for that.
I think it's really unfortunate because it's my freshman year, so I'm just getting started, and the fact that it's happening right now is really unfortunate.
I love it. I feel like it's like a little family we have now. You know, we lost some others, but we just got to keep moving, you know.
Well, once we beat their the brakes off them, you know, it's going to feel a lot better to be in the top half of the Pac-2 because ain't no way we're being in the bottom half. We're beating the brakes off the Beavers. Come on.
All the other teams are greedy, and we should be in a conference.
It really annoys me, I can't lie. I wish all the other teams would stay in the conference, but you know what? I mean, OSU's fine. We're going to beat them today, but you know, it's fine.
Yeah? All right, and then where do you want to see the Cougs next year?
I want to see them in the Big Ten. I don't want to see us in the anywhere but the fucking Mountain West. Yeah.
I hope it's a reformed Pac-12, and we get some revenge on those other leagues.
I don't know. Doesn't matter to me, to be honest. I'm just here to watch and enjoy and have fun.
Definitely the championship game for sure. It's a stretch, but you know, I can hope and dream.
I don't know, but wherever we're going, we're going to be on top. That's how it goes. Go Cougs.
Thanks, Anna. WSU Cross Country finished up their annual Cougar Classic race this month with Cougs finishing all over the top 5 as they crushed their competition. Junior Brian Bersea won the men's 8K and broke a Cougar Classic meet record with a time of 23 minutes and 41.3 seconds, while 3 other Cougs, Kevin Limo, Micah Galina, and Kyle Ortega-Gamil, all finishing in the top 5. Nima Kim Tai, Caroline Jorotich, and Christina Multeni won the women's 6K for the Cougs, placing 1, 2, and 3 respectfully.
The men's golf team has gone off to a strong start. In the first tournament of the season, the Cougs finished in second place of the Golf Week Fall Challenge with a collective score of 46 under par. Over the 3-day tournament, the Cougs finished just behind Loyola Marymount University at 47 under par. The Cougs got huge contributions from senior Pono Yanagi and sophomore Sam Reiner. They shot 17 under par and 12 under par. Respectively, Yanagi tied for the best individual score across the tournament and earned the title of the lowest score to par in WSU men's golf history.
More recently, the men's golf team took on the Husky Invitational, a 2-day tournament hosted at the Gold Mountain Olympic course. The Cougs finished among the top half of contenders, trying for 6th place among 14 participants. The team faced a great deal of adversity, landing in the 10th place after the tournament's first 2 rounds. However, the Cougs rallied in the third and final round, jumping 4 spots on the leaderboard. With a cumulative score of 279, the Cougs had the 3rd lowest score among all teams in round 3.
As we begin a new athletic season at WSU, we welcome new faces and say hello to some familiar ones that are just wearing different colors. This year's ProCougs have been taking the major leagues by storm. The NFL this season has welcomed former Coug and now rookie linebacker for the Los Angeles Chargers, Daiyan Henley, who was drafted in the 3rd round of the 2023 NFL Draft. Henley and the Chargers are 1-2 to start the season.
Reigning Super Bowl champ Jaylen Watson and his Kansas City Chiefs are in full swing after a Week 1 loss to the Lions, sitting at 2-1 on the season. Watson has not seen too much action this season as a second stringer defensive back, only recording 2 tackles in 3 games.
Second-year tackle Abe Lucas made his return to the sideline of Martin Stadium this past weekend versus Oregon State, only because he is currently on the injured reserve for his Seattle Seahawks after injuring his knee in the first game of the season, where his Hawks got walloped by the LA Rams. There is no current timeline for his return, as it was announced on September 16 that he will undergo surgery on that knee. However, the Hawks surge back after his absence and stand at a 2-1.
Veteran safety Jaylen Thompson and his Arizona Cardinals start the season rough at 1-2 after being projected to be one of the worst teams in the league this year. Despite that, Thompson did record a pick-6 in the first game back for this season.
Receiver River Craycraft has been seeing more playing time on the Miami Dolphins in Mike McDaniel's fast-paced offense as the Fins jump ahead to 3-0 on the season, with Craycraft lodging a touchdown in Week 1 win versus the Chargers.
Tackle Andre Dillard is finally seeing starter snaps on the Tennessee Titans after spending all last season as a backup on the Philadelphia Eagles. Dillard and the Titans start the season at 1-2.
Linebacker for the Carolina Panthers, Frankie Luu, is his 6th season in the league and his 3rd in Carolina after spending his first 3 years on the Jets after starting his season well with 2.5 sacks. Luu is in his most recent game against the Seahawks injured his hip early in the game and did not return. Lou's Panthers are in the rebuild mode after beginning the season 0-3.
America's hero and pro Coug Gardner Minshew is back with his magic. After signing as a backup quarterback to rookie Anthony Richardson on the Indianapolis Colts, Minshew has led the Colts on a 2-game win streak after Richardson went down with a concussion. Most impressively, this past Sunday, squeaking out a 22-19 overtime victory against a very stout Ravens team. Minshew threw for 227 yards and 1 touchdown to go along with his 171 yards and a touchdown from the Week 2 win versus the Texans. Minshew could be looking to fight for a starting job as his Colts start 2-1.
An update on the PAC-2 realignment. Leaders from Oregon State and Washington State held a conference call with reporters to discuss the state of the PAC-12 conference realignment, options, and legal proceedings to come. Oregon State President Dr. Jahali Murthy says the 2 schools have had very constructive conversations with the Mountain West Commissioner Gloria Nevarez, and there is a mutual interest for both sides in some sort of partnership. The 2 schools are still trying to gain clarity of the fiasco conditions of Pac-12 as it stands.
What a great year it has been for athletics on the Palouse. Let's check in with our WSN correspondent Valerie Burdge with an outlook of Cougar sports to come.
Thanks, Sicaly. Looking ahead, the Cougs are preparing to make a statement when this upcoming Thursday, September 28th at 5 p.m. against USC, right here at the lower soccer field in Pullman. The Cougs have not beaten USC since 2013, going 0-8-1 in that span. The theme will be Vamos Pumas Latinx Night. Staying at home, the Cougars will take on UCLA at noon on Sunday, October 1st. The theme for the game is Mental Health Awareness Game. After being scoreless last year against the Bruins, Washington State will try to not only put up a better offensive showing, but also improve the overall 5-20-4 career record against UCLA. After staying at home for 8 straight games, the Cougs will head south to face off against the Arizona Wildcats at Murphy Field at Mulcahy Soccer Stadium on Thursday, October 5th at 7 p.m. They will hope to improve on their winning head-to-head record of 16-9-2. While in Arizona, the Cougs will take on the Arizona State at the Sun Devil Stadium on Sunday, October 8th at noon. Washington State will be looking to come away with their first win against Arizona State since 2017. The Cougs are currently 10-14-3 against the Sun Devils, with the largest margin of victory ever between the two schools as only 2 goals. WSU volleyball begins their Oregon trip at Oregon State first on September 28th at 7 p.m. in Corvallis. Then on Sunday, October 1st, the Cougs will be at the University of Oregon in Eugene, playing at 12 p.m. on Friday, October 6th. They will play against Cal at 7 p.m. here in Bowler Gym, and then again on Sunday the 8th with another home game as they take on Stanford at 12 p.m. Better see you all there. On Monday and Tuesday, men's golf will attend the Mark Simpson Colorado Invitational in Erie, Colorado. And on Friday, October 6th, women's golf will head to the Ron Moore Intercollegiate Tournament in Corvallis. This Friday, September 29th, cross country will be attending the Joe Payne Invitational in South Bend, Indiana. Then, on Saturday the 30th, they will make their way back to Washington for the Whitman Invitational. After a well-needed bye week, on Saturday, October 7th, the WSU football team will head to California to take on UCLA. The time is to be determined. On the weekend of October 6th and the 7th, the swim team will attend the Fresno State Invitational in sunny California. On Saturday and Sunday, the Intercollegiate Tennis Association Women's All-American Championship will take place in Cary, North Carolina. And then, next weekend, on October 6th through 8th, the Cougars will attend the Oregon Fall Tournament. That's all for me. Passing it back to the desk with Monique and Sicaly.
Thanks, Valerie. That's all for today. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure to follow us on our socials at WSU Sport Network on Instagram and TikTok, and at WSU Sportnet on Twitter.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to Cable 8 Productions on YouTube and check out all our great content.
And our merch store is back. Check the link in our Instagram bio to order your favorite WSN swag. I'm Monique Ledesma.
And I'm Sicaly Sorrell, and it was an honor to be your host today. Thank you again so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time right here on
CougZone.
Good job. Hey, oh my God.